welcome to the fourth video in our little chest modelling series here. Today what we're going to do is we're going to bevel off a lot of these edges so we've got some nice smooth shading on our object for later when we export it. So for this we're going to want to hold right click, we're going to come into edge select, and what we're going to do is we're going to select the box first and we're going to take all of the outside edges. So we don't need to worry about any of these interior edges. They're only there so that we don't have end-ons in the mesh. We're going to pick out each of the outside ones, like so, and we're just going to check that we've caught all of these. So we've got all the bottom, all the side, all the back, the other side and the top. Now we're going to come up to our top menu here and we're going to go to this little orange cube with white sanded off edges. We're going to click bevel. Now that's going to cut our edges down like so. Now that's a pretty big bevel. So what we're going to do is in this little pop-up box here, we're going to change the fraction. Now I work in multiples, so 0.5, 0.375, 0.25, and I just do it descending until it looks about right. So we'll go to 0.375 and we'll hover off and it'll enact that. So it's still a bit big. We'll change it to 0.25. Now that's looking a bit better. And we'll just check what it's like on 0.125, and we'll try, that's a bit too low, so we'll try 0.175. Now that's looking about right. So we'll go to object mode again and we'll click off. So what that's done now is it's sanded off the edges. Now if we click off our wireframe on shaded, we can see the light hitting the object a lot better than before. If we put this back on though, because we're just going to do the same now on our hinges on the back and on our lock on the front. If we go click on the object and go to edge mode, and we select with shift all of the little edges on here now. So we want the edges that link to the box, and we want the rest of the edges on the hinge as well. So we'll do that, and we'll do the same here. And we'll bevel these, and that looks fine at 0.5 there, so we'll just leave that as is, and we'll do the same on the front on our lock. We'll just get all these edges selected, bottom and this one here, and we'll hit bevel, and that looks fine as 0.5 as well. So we'll go object mode now, and we'll turn off our wireframe on shaded, and now with our object here we're going to hold space down so that we get this radial menu. We're going to hold down on mesh display and we're going to go to soften edge, and we're just going to click that, and now when we click off we get this smooth shaded object now where all our edges have this nice softened look to them. It looks a lot more natural. So now that we've done that, we're going to click into our object again, and we're going to go up to our channel box layer editor now, which is next to your attribute editor. We're going to click on this and we're going to do edit, and we're going to click delete history. But before we do that, we'll click off of edit. This is your history here, this big list down the side. It's all the things that we did to the object. So if we scroll down, this goes all the way back down to being a base polycube 1, and then all the things that we added to it. The reason we want to delete this is because when we export the object later, this is going to store all of this information, and we don't want any of that being stored. We don't want to carry this through on export because it can cause issues later. So we want to edit, and we want to delete history. So now that we've got a nice clean object with smooth shading on, we can go on to the next step, which is our UV mapping later. So in the next video we're going to UV unwrap this object and get a nice UV sheet where our hinges and our lock are separate to the rest of our box. So we'll do that in the next video. Thank you for watching.